What's up, all you crazy cats? Welcome back to another devlog. Today, what I'm adding is something unprecedented. It's a swiping minigame. That's right, you're not going to see this in any WarioWares before the invention of the DS. So what I wanted to do with this one is, I just like had a thought, and this would be honestly just a terrible minigame. I thought, what if there was a micro game that was just like Tinder, and you just like swipe depending on if the person was attractive, which is like, how do you decide if that's a win? I guess if it's not a bot, but then I was like, I'm just gonna make it so that you swipe in any direction for the prototype. So it's like, you choose the direction to swipe and it's like, and then maybe if I do end up adding, I guess I didn't think about that. You could like swipe depending on if it's like an obviously fake profile, or like you have a color or something associated that you have to look out for. I don't know, I guess you'll see on the screen the mock-ups that I make, because I haven't made any of the mock-ups yet, so it's just yeah, good luck. But yeah, swiping is something that I've never done in Game Maker. So I thought what I would do is, I just looked up a few tutorials trying to find something that's sort of not just being able to swipe, but also when you release it, having it like fly away. Or if you don't swipe far enough, it goes back to the center. Ow, man, I have not recorded in some time, so my jaw hurts just from talking for 2 minutes. What the hell? So I found a forum post or something that's sort of about how to do swiping. They didn't actually like tell you how to do the swipe. They just gave this example of having the set of brackets. So I was sort of trying to figure it out from there. It's a lot of trial and error. Coding is a lot of trial and error. I think what the problem is because of the distance, it's calculating the speed by the time that you swipe rather than the speed of the mouse when you let go, I think. So that's why it sort of like moves at really just bizarre pace. I guess I could probably do something where it's like, maybe I did do it. I haven't rewatched this since I recorded it. But like every frame it checks how far the current distance of the mouse is compared to where it was the last frame. But yeah. Anyway. I also made it so that because the text is like a white text on a red rectangle, I was like, you know what, I'm going to add decals. So now it's got an outline on the text. But that also messed up the title screen, because the title screen is black text, so it's like boosting that even further just made it look bad. For the win condition, it's basically, it checks if the panel is off the screen in the direction of whatever the thing says to swipe it in. So it's very easy to win because it even counts diagonal movement. Sorry, I yawned. But yeah, it's adding the decal is very nice, I think. Another thing that I needed to add was a problem in testing that I found is when people would test the game doing something like the crank minigame where you have to move the mouse while holding it down. It would make it so that it's basically impossible if the mouse goes off the canvas and onto the actual background of the web page, because it would stop holding down the key. So what I did instead is I'm now adding a thing that's like, it locks the cursor in the game. So it's like when your mouse is in the game, you can't leave the game unless you hit escape. So this is really good for the digital, the online version of the game, so that you can just like click and drag around and not have to worry about the thing. So what I have is I'm making my own secret little cursor. So it's just a little white triangle. Down the line I might make a sprite for the cursor. But as it is right now, it is not that. There was a few different ways that I tried adding the cursor. One was, what I ended up going with is I got a plugin basically that just enables some JavaScript code to lock the mouse. Because I also tried, GameMaker has a built-in mouse locking thing, but I don't think it actually worked for HTML5. I can't confirm if that's true or false, but yeah. So basically I just had to go through and replace all the things of where it says mouse X with this new mouse get delta or cursor X, global cursor object. But yeah, here you can see I tested it on the actual Newgrounds page. Never mind. But yeah, so doing it like this just makes it a lot better and easier for me. The next minigame I added was a catch minigame. It's kind of like the drag minigame, but instead you have to drag around a rectangle to catch a falling ball. So this would be like a baseball thing where you have to catch a pitch, or maybe like soccer or something, some sort of sport event, maybe a javelin, catch a javelin in your head, stupid. Or like catching an apple, or, you know, variable catching things. Few errors as usual, ha ha ha. The speed was very low, so I was tossing up between doing like a constant speed and having the speed be an actual gravitational force. I ended up going for the gravity force, and I had to deal with a little bit of dealing with the game not dropping the ball fast enough. But yeah, that just made the winning condition. Maybe if the ball is caught, then it stops falling, and if it stops falling, then you win. So yeah, it's very simple little thing. Just play catch. Aw, isn't that nice? But yeah, I had to make it so that the ball, the catch rectangle can't go off the bar that it's set on. I guess you can make it so that you can like fly around. This is just the prototype, so it's whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching.